Hello, everybody. Hi. Hi, Tasha. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Let me share. Hey, Jen. Hi, everybody. Hey, Florida Road Trip. Hey, howdy, hey. Fixing my sleeves. How is everybody doing this evening? Mike should be joining us. Let's see. There we go. There's Mike. Good. I'm glad everybody's doing well. Hi, Mike. Oh, you think I'm going to learn this, right? There. Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay. Once again, this is brought to you by Verizon.
How's your evening going?
Great. Just got home a little bit ago from parent-teacher conferences.
Nice. I'm sure you heard all kinds of stuff about Tanner.
Yes.
Horrible kid.
He's grounded until Christmas.
Yeah. Probably won't even get Christmas, I'm sure.
Honestly, we kind of get the look from the teacher like, why are you even here?
Right. Thank you, Kristen. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you guys again. I will say that if you give me a gift tonight, all my gift money is going towards cast members for this month. So if you give me a gift, that's where it's going to. So hi, Katie. And we did do subscriber giveaways today. And so all the winners are listed in Discord. So if you're not in Discord, please consider reaching out and coming over there. You got a job? Yay, Florida Road Trip. Congratulations.
Very nice. Congratulations.
Okay, let me post.
Janelle, I cannot believe that you gave away a car as one of the gifts. I was so happy to win that.
Yeah, congratulations, Mike. Congratulations. Kristen, are you coming here? Are you coming to Florida? Yes. Do you want it delivered? How about I just hand deliver it to you? Have fun, Kristen. Am I gonna get to meet you, or I don't know if our schedules are gonna meet up. But if you want to meet up, message me and I'll let you know what I'm doing. If not, it's okay. Enjoy your trip. Yes.
Kristen, I was going to reach out to you tonight to wish you a good trip as well. So this has worked out perfectly.
Did you help her with her trip, Mike?
I may know somebody that helped her, yes.
Okay. Yay, that's so exciting. Kristen, yeah, reach out on Instagram. That's probably the best way, and we'll make sure that we meet up. So, okay. Hi. Happy Wednesday.
Janelle, if you'd like to drive that car up to Nebraska, absolutely, you can do that.
Oh, can we meet like halfway? Like, is there a halfway point?
Sure, there is. Probably. If I had to guess, I would say maybe Memphis might be halfway.
Well, I mean, okay. Like, how about, hey, Brandon, Dollywood, something like that? Like,
Graceland's not your cup of tea?
I went there. Huge Elvis fan. And I went there and I was so disappointed. Like, hey, Joe.
Yep.
So I couldn't believe it was like right on the street. I thought it was going to be like fields and, this grand house, like the house on Dallas or something. So disappointed.
I had the same experience when I saw the Alamo in San Antonio.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Some open prairie area, and it's in downtown. Yeah. Hey, JJ.
Hey, Unicorns. Hey, JJ.
Hello.
All the October birthday girls are here.
You, and of course, you put her down to bed whenever, and we'll probably still be talking when you're done.
Probably. And just so you know, I got tacos tonight. I went with Tim and finally got tacos on National Taco Day. So we did it.
Awesome. I did not have tacos.
JJ, we were talking earlier on my live. I was like, breaking news, I love tacos. If you don't know it, I love tacos.
Generally, you only have them on days that end in Y, though.
Yes. Yeah, that's when we have them. That sounds perfect to me, JJ. Perfect. You deserve it.
JJ, I started to read that and I thought you were going to say, I want to sleep in a taco.
Barbecue tacos? Where would one get barbecue tacos? Like pork tacos? Like pulled pork tacos? Because they have them all over Disney, so. Okay, what are our topics? Give me the lineup.
So from a burrito blanket, from what was on Discord, I think it was Jen had asked about the Swan Resort, in particular to wanting to get to the Magic Kingdom for rope drop. What time should she leave? So forth and so on. I don't know if she's on the live yet or not.
Yes, she's here.
There she is. Okay, so we'll hit that one first. Also on Discord, Robbie had asked about the Disney credit card, the Visa, Disney Visa Chase credit card, and if it's worth it. So I can talk through some of that information. And then I wanted to go through promotions that Disney has. There's been 1 or 2 or 3 new ones, along with the other 4 or 5 that are still in play.
Okay. I feel like it's like merch. They're just throwing it out. They don't care what the season is.
Yeah. And honestly, this is where, again, I'm plugging myself here, but having a travel advisor help you can be valuable, because you may book a trip with a promotion and it might not be the best deal.
Right.
Or you might book a promotion that you think is great, but there are other extenuating circumstances that you have to think about.
Right. I think we talked about that, and we can talk about it again too. Like, yeah, if you book one, can you get the other one? And that's what you do, is you figure out which one is the best one that fits for you. So
Jen, I see a question about what park you recommend the night at instead of MK. I assume that's because it's a party night for MK. Hey, Darren. I'm going to write that question out so we get back to it, so I don't miss it.
Yeah, she said yes.
Okay.
Hi, Brooke. So we can talk. Are we talking about the Swan? Are we I have stayed there, and I think that it's wonderful to stay there.
Jen might want some of that information from you, but her ask in Discord was specific around if I want a rope drop, what time do I have to leave, bus, this, that, and the other. And
I feel like that's like you. I feel like you're pretty good with knowing like how far in advance do you leave, and that's where I feel like I wasn't very good at that. I know what time I should be at the TTC, and stuff, but I could also tell her that Swan bus takes you to the TTC. So all of that. And I think that, she was in disbelief that the buses ran that early, so that was stressing her out. So I remember all of that. Tasha, that's exciting. Right. So as far as the Swan and the Dolphin go, and the Swan Reserve, they're all beautiful, very nice, spacious rooms. I don't think that you can go wrong with like the room and the room type. And there's not, what I would say is that there's not too much on the way of eating as far as like quick service. They have like little coffee bars and stuff like that, but it's not like all the other places that have these awesome quick service places that we can stop in and eat, Captain Cook's or the Contemporary or Gasparilla Grill. they're more like little coffee bars where you can go and get great coffee and grab a muffin or something like that. But other than that, that's like the extent of like quick service. So that's kind of maybe one of the downsides to that. But you're going to have to get, if you want a bigger breakfast, you're going to have to go outside of those hotels. So, but other than that, I mean, they all have their, the bar and stuff. So if you're going, Jen, if you're going to Hollywood Studios, you're going to either hop on the boat, one of the friendship boats, or walk. Correct, Mike? Those are our two ways to go to Hollywood.
Yep.
Hey, Nick. So, and then if you're going to go to Epcot, walk, or you're going to walk or take the friendship boat. And I would say to Epcot that walking might be the quickest way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just, unless you're just tired of walking, sometimes the boat can be the, not the best way. Walking can get you somewhere quicker. And then
real quick, as people are asking questions, guys, I will do my best to write them down so we can get to them. We'll go through our agenda that we have, but then we'll circle back on the questions. So be patient. We'll do our best. And if we get to the end and we haven't answered your question because we missed it, please ask again.
Great. So to get to Animal Kingdom, you're going to be taking a bus, and the same to Magic Kingdom. And I will say, when my experience with taking the buses, they're generally coach buses. They're not the Disney buses. They can pack on a lot of people, and they came frequently. We never had an issue with the bus at all, except I just didn't like the fact that it only took you to the TTC, that we didn't get dropped off right in the front. So that would be the one downside. But other than that, there were constant buses. It's just like the resorts. It tells you when they're coming and so forth. So
Jen, on that, typically the bus will come every 20 to 25 minutes. So you can plan that. The bus ride from the Swan to the Magic Kingdom to TTC is about 20 minutes, 25. Plan for that. The first bus usually picks up about an hour before early entry. And so in Discord, she had specifically asked about October 20th.
Okay.
When I took my notes down, I think yesterday I looked. So if it changed, don't hold me to this. But yesterday when I looked, park hours for October 20th was 8 a.m. entry, 6 p.m. close because it's a party night. And so that means as a resort guest, you have early entry of 7:30. So in general terms, that very first bus should pick you up 6:30 to 6:45 in the morning. And that's probably what I would plan to do if you want to be there inside the park to be able to do rope drop as a resort guest. Hi, Megan. Hi, Scuba.
Ask the front desk.
So if I ask front desk and just chat to catch the first bus out. Yeah, you should get there in plenty of time for rope drop. And Jen, I saw you comment a minute ago talking about something about you being stressed out. What I tell you is this: look, if your intent is to get there for rope drop and you don't, oh well, so what, right? Just roll with it. I've said this before on these lives. I think you can plan as much as you want, but if you over plan, you won't experience the magic. If you just let it happen, the magic will find you.
Yeah. These papers and a map and more papers, and they wanted to share the whole family there. And I mean, through a whole set of meal, plus a little before, it was like 30 minutes that they spent with their planning papers at the table at Casey's Corner. And I was like, oh, I just wish they would put the papers away and just kind of go, because they were wasting so much time, I felt, in just going and being in the park.
What JJ just said is what I was about to say. I bet that mom didn't even hear the piano playing because she was so focused on her paperwork.
She was. I mean, the whole family, and they all had to like listen to her, and it was a thing. I just witnessed this, and I was like, man, I just want to, yes, plan in the lines. There you go, Megan. Yeah.
You want to do some pre-planning ahead of time to get
Yes.
the most out of your trip. That, that it amazes me when I see people who say, I'm at such and such resort, just got here. How do I get to the Magic Kingdom? That kind of blows my mind that they don't have something as simple as that to know that it's a bus that they have to take, or it's a whatever that they have to take. That amazes me. But you can plan and plan and plan, and at the end of the day, Disney's going to help dictate what happens with your day. Whether it's, you plan to ride Space Mountain, and that's your number one plan, and that ride's down all day. Disney's dictating. What's that?
Or there's a bear.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we talked about this. Those are things that you cannot plan.
That's right. That's exactly right. Now, if you were the one who brought the bear, then I suppose you could have planned for that.
Okay. Right. But, yeah, try not to get frustrated. And I would say too, Jen, try not to get frustrated with everyone else. Like that's frustrated, because that's going to happen, I think, as well, especially littles.
And Jen, you said if the bear shows up, you'll cry. Janelle and I actually talked about this. While some people probably missed a couple hours in Fantasyland, or not Fantasyland, tomorrow, Frontierland and Adventureland, they have a story to share that nobody else is going to get to share ever. Right? I mean, that's going to be a memory that you will have, and your kids, when they get older, they're going to tell stories about it. So, just roll with the punches and enjoy what you can. So before I forget, Jen's question was, what park would you want to end your night at if it's a party night at Magic Kingdom? So you have to leave Magic Kingdom by 6. Obviously, we're going to make the assumption that you have Park Hopper tickets, because if you don't, the answer is really simple: none. Without Park Hopper, you're not going into another park.
You're going to go back to your pool.
Yes. Now, I will say this before we answer your question about which park.
Me too, Megan. Me too.
A lot of people, I read this on Facebook 100 times every day, that people are bent sideways, that they didn't know there were party nights. That's their Magic Kingdom day. They're mad. They want a refund. They can't see the fireworks. That's what they wanted to see. And the realization is you can still see those fireworks. You just won't be inside the park. You can go to the Contemporary. You can go to the Grand Floridian. You can go to the Polynesian. You can stand outside the turnstiles at the Magic Kingdom and watch the fireworks if you want to. So you're not completely forfeiting the fireworks. You're forfeiting them inside the park. But, so Jen, we're going to assume that you have Park Hopper, which allows you to go into another park.
She said she does.
Okay,
she
perfect.
does.
Perfect. You read faster than I do. So obviously Magic Kingdom's off the list, and Animal Kingdom's off the list, because Animal Kingdom's usually closed by 7 or 8 at the latest. So by the time you get there, you're not going to have anything. Hey, Wandering Fam. She likes Epcot because you can take the monorail there. That's true. And that's another component, though, is, hey, Robbie, how did you get to the Magic Kingdom? If you drove and you're parked at the TTC, or, at the TTC, you can take the monorail over, but you have to bring it back to get to your car. So keep that in mind. Now, Jen, you're staying at the Swan, so you could take a bus. You could take the monorail to Epcot and then take a bus from Epcot back to the Swan.
Or the boat. Or the boat.
That's right, or the boat, exactly. Now, so this is where I agree with what Megan said. I would a million times pick Hollywood Studios to see Fantasmic, because I think that's the best nighttime show that Disney has. Again, if you're staying at the Swan, if you take the bus to Magic Kingdom now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is there a bus that goes from Magic to Hollywood?
Yes.
Is there?
Yes.
Okay.
There is. Just like there's a bus that goes from Animal to Magic, or Animal. Yes, there is a bus.
Okay.
Yes.
So you could take the bus to Hollywood, and then after the show, take the bus back to the Swan.
Yes.
Perfect.
True, Megan. And the winner. Yep.
Yeah.
2 shows in one night.
Yep. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
now, of course, Wandering Fam, I know you said that you would pick Epcot, and on the inside of me, I'm giggling because, as I know she knows, and Janelle, you know, I always like to say you can stay and watch Epcot for 10 minutes, the current nighttime show at Epcot. And again, Jen, I guess this is part of what's most important to you. If it's a nighttime show that you're really missing by Magic Kingdom closing early, then I would absolutely go to Hollywood Studios for Fantasmic over what Epcot currently has. Don't watch down in the front to the right; you get soaked.
Megan says that like she has experience.
Yeah. Now, of course, it's somewhat dependent upon the wind direction too, right?
It is. It is. Yes.
Those water screens are all around that auditorium. So if the wind's blowing in the right direction, you're going to get wet no matter where you're at.
I think it was the cannons. Where we sat, those cannons were strong that night. That's all. But Jen, in all honesty, really, wherever you get a seat, if you don't want to get there an hour or an hour and a half before, and you just want to show up, just be okay with showing up and getting ice cream or popcorn and, enjoy the show. There's really not a bad spot. Now, yes, if you sit on one side or the other closest to the sides, yeah, you're not going to be spot on, and you might see some things different on the sides. But at the end of the day, you're still going to enjoy the show. You're still going to love it and get the same feels from it.
Yep. So a couple thoughts that crossed my mind. First one is that auditorium seats over 7,000 people.
Yeah.
So like Janelle said, you don't have to be in line an hour early to get a spot in there. The other thing to factor in, though, is the weather. That show can and will get canceled if there's lightning in the area, if it's raining, and if it's windy. I remember when that show first started, which the 25th anniversary is coming up middle of this month, by the way, for that show. But I remember back then in those first 5 years, if the wind was blowing 20 miles an hour, they'd cancel the show. So keep that in mind, Jen, too, that look at the weather. Typically, again, if you're looking for a nighttime show, the one at Epcot will go off come rain or lightning. It doesn't matter. The one at Hollywood Fantasmic, because there's characters and the safety of the characters and guests sitting on metal bleachers, they have to side on the side of caution. So keep that in mind as well. Is just part of the factoring in. But again, with whichever park you pick, you'll make the most of it and you'll enjoy it. If riding the monorail is on your to-do list, then maybe Epcot's the park you pick and you can knock that out.
Right. Or you go to Epcot, you go to Magic, you ride the monorail over to Epcot, walk through, walk through, grab, a snack from a food booth, walk out the back side, hop on the Skyliner it over to Hollywood and go and enjoy Fantasmic. Yeah. You can go to 3 parks in one day. Yep. Knock it out.
And Jen, the other thing I'll toss out to you,
football fan,
in my bio is a link to my email. If you have questions between now and the time you leave, if you have questions while you're there, feel free to message me. I'm going to say this. There are agents who would tell you if you didn't book with them, they're not going to be able to help you. You got to talk to whoever you worked with. I don't care. I want you to have a great time. So if you need help at all, let me know.
Same here. I'm sure, if there's anything last minute that you're like, I don't know what to do, message us, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible and get you pointed in the right direction.
Okay, so Jan, if you have any other questions, shoot them in here. But Janelle, one that came across that I noted, we might as well just answer it real quick. The question was Steakhouse 71 or Ale House?
The Compass Ale House. I've never been to Compass Ale House, but I've heard really good things about it. And I would say it depends on, so I would just go on where will you be that day? If you're going to be at Magic, I would just go to Contemporary. If you're going to be at Hollywood or Epcot, I would go to Compass Ale House, and I wouldn't go out of my way to go like real far to the other one, either one of them. And that would be my choice. I don't think you're going to go wrong either way with the food.
Completely agree with that. And we talked about that last week as far as like character meals go. For me, it's more a proximity thing to which park we're going to be at. I don't want to travel to the other side of the complex and back. So I think that's great. And JJ, thanks for that comment a minute ago.
Well, and again, we all have grand plans, right? At the beginning of the day, right? We all have all this energy. And then, when it comes down to it, your time and your energy needs to be put where you are. You go to where you are nearest, and that's where you put your energy. So
I'm just flashing back, being from up north, doesn't matter what time of year, when you get off the airplane into the skywalk thing, the humidity hits you. And it's like, yeah, you already start to lose some of your energy. Okay, I see Robbie is on. Robbie was the next one to comment. So his first one was about shades of green. I'm not going to say fields of green. The military resort. So apparently Robbie is going into the military, right, Robbie? And so that's why he's asking about it. I've never been over there, so I have no knowledge of it. So Janelle, you can take that one.
So Robbie, it's not really a secret hotel. So I have only been on the outskirts of it because, again, my feeling is even though we can go into it and even though we could probably stream over there and all of those things, and I could show you the secret hotel, it's a military hotel. It is reserved for, the guests in the military. And I just want them to have that, and so no, I don't need to be streaming or, all of that, over there. But if you're more than welcome to walk across the street from the Grand Floridian or go to the golf courses right back there and you can go to it. So, like I said, I've been invited. Liz has said, hey, we're in the military. I'll take you over there. The Hilliers, they're in the military. And I think I would go over there and like to walk through it to be able to say, hey, it's just a normal resort, kind of thing. But at the end of the day, I just don't bother them over there. That's all. So.
And I love that, Janelle. I think it's a indirect way of honoring the folks for what they do for our country. I love that.
Yeah. So again, I think everything that they do, just enjoy, be at peace and stay, so I would love to fly a fighter jet, which I don't know. It was like October 27th of last year is when the fighter jets flew over Magic Kingdom. Now I know we already had one flyover this year. I don't know if we would do two. But it was no, Robbie, it is not. It's not free. But I was wondering if we would get the fighter jets again in Magic Kingdom.
What was the significance of October 27th?
I don't know. It was the Blue Angels, and I think they normally when they come, they're usually on their way to the air show in Key West. I'm pretty sure. So they go from, I don't want to say it wrong, whatever is up in the Panhandle, where they fly from, and then they swing through Disney and they head to Key West. So I think it has to do with that air show.
So yeah, Robbie, I think Janelle answered, but it's not free to stay there. So do not enlist in the military because of that reason. Don't do it for that reason. Don't do that. And Brooke, I wondered why Caden's name popped up in the chat. That's funny.
Pensacola. Pensacola is where the Blue Angels are stationed. So with that being said, like I said, anybody is welcome over there, but It's like what restaurants and pools, you know. People didn't ask for this, so we're gonna stay away.
Love that. That's awesome. Thanks, Chanel.
So okay, so what's next? Our Visa card
Yep.
for Robbie?
Chase Disney Visa credit card was what Robbie had asked about. So yes, it's a Chase Visa card that's Disney branded. I think I can show you mine since the number's no longer on the front of the cards like they used to be. So it looks, you can see that okay? Can't tell if there's a glare or not. Is that, you can see that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one, obviously. So here are some of the perks of having the Chase Visa Disney credit card. Mine's cuter. Okay. Then tell you what, Brooke, we'll use yours for my purchases. I'm game. I don't want you to miss out on using that cuter card. First off, you get Disney dollars. You get a percentage back on purchases that are essentially free Disney dollars that you can use. And I should have pulled this one out as well. There's a redemption card that you will be issued. And I'm sure Brooks is cuter than mine too. But it looks like that. And so whenever I have accumulated Disney dollars that I want to use for a trip, I can reach out to Chase and have them transfer my Disney dollars over to my redemption card. And this works kind of like almost like a Visa, Disney gift card, if you will,
Okay.
at Disney. So I don't know exactly what percentage, if it's 1% of purchases, it might be a different percent for certain things versus others. It's cute. I have the 50th colors. Oh, nice, Brooke. That's awesome. Disney runs a number of promotions throughout the year for the Chase Visa card holders that you can get discounts off of rooms. Sometimes it's 25% off. They run those frequently. There are a couple of Visa Disney credit card promotions running right now, and I'll tell you what those are here when we go through those. No, Robbie, what is it with you and free tonight? You want free stay as a military guy? You want free tickets? Gee whiz. You're living in fantasy land, Robbie, is what you're doing.
Robbie should know that the word Disney and free does not go hand in hand.
Yes. The card will give you free access to sit on the dock at any of the resorts around Magic Kingdom. How's that? No, Robbie.
Thank you, Scuba. Thank you for the reminder. We forgot he has the 7 people.
Yeah. Robbie's not looking for a deal. He's looking for a steal. Exactly. Okay. So, but they do have a number of promotions that run throughout the year, and I'll talk about the current ones. There are special meet and greets at Epcot for the Visa card holders only. There are merchandise discounts. I think you have to spend like over $50 or something like that. And you tell the cast member you have a Visa Disney card, and they'll give you a discount. If you book trip packages, and I want to be very clear, trip packages, so resort and tickets, you get 6 months, 0% interest on that purchase. If it's room only, if it's tickets only, you're not getting the 0% interest. It's got to be a package. And then lastly, there are discounts on dining throughout the Disney parks with that Visa card. So a lot of nice perks. I've never done this, but I know people, and this is more reward card related, not necessarily Disney, but it could be applicable. If you're a very disciplined person, they'll pay their monthly mortgage on that card and then turn right around, write a check and mail it off to pay that so that they get those points.
No Tapanito free, Robbie. No Tapanito free. Okay, Mike, you have to write down Florida road trip, free pets from Disney. Any free pets? Like, do we want to know pets?
Robbie, the Visa card that I have has no annual fee.
Yeah, Florida road trip. We're going to get to more discounts here in a few minutes.
Yeah, I've got all of the current promotions that are going on road trip. Free pets. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I missed the.
Maybe like pet play resorts that take pets, that allow pets.
Okay. If there's a mosquito flying around, he's gonna start chewing on
Oh
me here in a
no.
minute.
Oh
Just,
no.
yep. Yeah, use it as a debit card, and as long as you're disciplined and pay it off. Oh, it was a joke. Okay, good.
Okay, Robbie needed free. Yes, they do allow your pets to stay with you for free.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I think there's only one or two resorts that allow you to bring pets. It's very, very limited. Hey Ronnie, I would not recommend it anyway, because you're gonna have to go back to the resort and let your dog or cat out or whatever, dog out, I suppose, more so than a cat. But it's, to me, as we talked earlier, Disney can be stressful as it is with everything you have to manage. Adding a an animal to the can I bring my emotional support pig? Ainsley, for you, absolutely.
Ainsley, I was trying to get Sherman a hey hey costume today in Animal Kingdom, so I was telling everybody that Sherman was an emotional support. I told him that you also tried to take him, and he's too big for that too.
So I bring this up. I caught a headline. I didn't read it, but some guy got denied access to a sporting event with his
Yes.
support alligator.
Yes. It was
Like,
like an NFL game, I think, was it?
yeah, I knew it was a sporting event.
Yeah,
That's one of those headlines that I read. I'm like, this is so ridiculous. I'm not going to spend the time reading the story.
right. Oh, I mean, there's like the picture of him holding it and like talking to the security guy, like at the gate.
And I think that the article I saw, the owner was saying that the whole story got blown out of proportion. How could it not? Ding dong! You
Right,
try to bring an alligator to a sporting event.
right,
It's unbelievable.
right.
Yes. All right. So, Robbie, did we cover everything you wanted to hear about the Visa card, other than the fact there isn't a bunch of free stuff that you keep opening for?
Okay, so I'm gonna say I did look up. There are 4 resorts that allow pets, just in case anybody needs to know. Art of Animation, Port Orleans, Yacht Club, and the cabins at Fort Wilderness,
Which Port Orleans?
Riverside.
Hey, Jack. Welcome in. All right, Robbie, you're good. Okay. So those were the agenda items that came in on Discord. I think we answered the questions that have been posted. The only other thing was to go over promotions and then open it up to questions.
Okay.
So let me scribble out free pets because I'm not going to address that. In no particular order, just other than how I wrote them down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there are at least 9 different promotions going on right now. Now, there's actually more than that. There are a couple that are still being published, but I don't think there are any rooms available unless you're looking to do a deluxe room. There's a Disney Plus subscriber promotion through the end of this year. I think that's up to 35% off. There's just a straight 25% off room rates. That, again, when I was looking at rooms in December for a client, the only thing that was left for those was deluxe resorts. So there is a bounce back offer. If you have a stay, and Kristen, if you're still on here, I think you know about this one. Yes, thank you, Robbie. I appreciate that. There is a bounce back offer going on right now for current stays through the end of this year, from checkout to 7 days after checkout. So if you checked out on a Monday to leave the resort, you have until that following Sunday to book another trip in 2024. And there are some blackout dates, Christmas, things like that. But for the majority of the year available, you're getting up to 25% off value resorts, up to 30% off moderates, and up to 35% off deluxe resorts. It's the best bounce back offer that Disney's ever had, even pre-COVID. Yes, I agree, Brooke. So that's one. Another one that I thought was interesting. If you happen to be a water park fan, you can purchase a seasonal pass for $79, and that is good through May 24th of next year. So what is that? October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 8 months of a season pass for water parks for $79 plus tax per person. I took advantage of that bounce back.
I have a question about the bounce back. Can you use it on, like, say you want to do 2 trips? Can you do it on 2 different trips? If you wanted to take 4 more trips, can you book it with 4? You can use the promo.
It is unlimited. So
okay.
So I know Unicourse and Brooke were down there, but it's been more than 7 days, so I won't use them as the example. But Kristen, who is head of the airport right now, she could call up her agent and book a trip every month next year, and that bounce back is good for every one of those.
Okay.
Yes, it's not a 1-for-1. You can do multiples. Now, I will say this. So usually, if Unicourse were to knock on my door and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a trip in March 2024. Can you get me quotes?" And I do stuff on my computer, and voila. For the bounce back, I have to call in through the Disney travel agency line to get quotes. So it's a little more cumbersome. So, I'll pick on Unicourse, but she might say, "Hey, I'm looking to go in March next year, minus the bounce back." And I might play around with dates and give her a couple different options and different resorts. For the bounce back, I really have to know which resort do you want, or resorts, 2 or 3, what date you want to check in, what date you want to check out, how many park days do you want, because otherwise I'm calling Disney 50 times.
Right.
And even on a good day, the minimum hold time is 5 to 10 minutes. So
okay.
I'll be a little more persistent about what it is that you want for that bounce back. But
Okay.
yes, you can multiple, absolutely, which is another amazing aspect of that promotion. Not only is it the highest percentages they've ever done of the bounce back, but you can do multiples. And this is the first time the bounce back allowed you up to 7 days after you checked out to take advantage of it. It used to always be you had to book it by the day you checked out.
Okay.
So, some people, you're stressed about your trip as it is, and you're like, "Oh my God, how much did we just spend on merchandise today," or whatever. You're not ready to commit to another trip.
Right.
This gives you 7 days after to take advantage of that.
Yeah, they let you get home and let it sink in that you're sad.
That's right. Exactly. That's exactly right. Absolutely. Okay. And we'll talk about down payment and all that sort of stuff at the very end of this list of promos. There is a book early promotion right now. If you book by December 15th of this year for trips between January 9th and February 22nd, you can get up to 25% off room rates. For trips between February 25th and March 24th, you can get up to 30% off room rates. Again, if you book by December 15th. So if you aren't taking a trip here at the end of this year to take advantage of the bounce back, that's a nice option there. 25% off early January to mid-February, 30% off end of February to end of March. If you're a Florida resident, any Florida residents on the live right now, they also have a promotion for early next year room rates up to 30% off for trips January 1st through March 24th. Thanks, Unicourse. That's awful kind of you. Yep. Lex, that's one of the promotions that's going on right now. It's the 25% off, although it's hard to get any of those rooms right now. So again, Florida residents up to 30% off for stays January 1st through March 24th of next year. Another Florida resident only special right now. This is a ticket special that is good from now until December 22nd. So if you're a Florida resident, you can purchase a 4-day park ticket, and it comes out to be $59 per day plus tax. So you're looking at, call it $60 a day times 4 is 240 plus tax, 270 maybe, somewhere in the neighborhood. I don't know what the tax rate is down there, but I'm ballparking. So 4 days,
8%.
and it is a weekday only ticket. So I do want to make that clear. It's not, you can't go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's Monday through Thursday, Tuesday through Friday. But 4-day ticket for $59 per day for Florida residents only. Robbie, here, this one's for you. A Disney Visa Chase cardholder promotion, up to 35% off rooms for trips January 9th through March 24th. So that's a pretty good one there. And while I'm on the Visa cardholder promotion, if you're looking to go to Disneyland, we don't talk about that very often, but Disneyland in California, 15% off for rooms basically through the end of this year.
Okay.
There is a current play, stay, and dine card promo. I know we talked about this one last week because I don't think Unicourse was on, but I'd mentioned her because she was a part of that promotion with her trip a couple weeks ago. So for this one, there are a number of different windows for stays. I'll rattle those off real quickly. For stays, October 22nd through November 1st, November 25th through the 29th, which I think is Thanksgiving, December 9th through December 25th, Christmas Day, and then January 9th through March 5th. If you take advantage of the dining promo card promotion, stays in those windows in a deluxe resort, you get $200 per night stay on a virtual dining card, $120 per night stay at a moderate resort, and $60 per night stay at a value resort that goes towards your dining, whether it's snacks, quick service, table service, your drink mug, any of that stuff. It's a great way to offset dining expenses. Let's see here. And I have one more that just got announced today. Yeah, Brooke, need to figure out which one is the best promo for my trip in January. Yeah, it's a juggling act. It really is. And that's, again, another advantage to utilizing November 25 weekend. No, it's not the week after Thanksgiving. No way. I only know that, Robbie, because my birthday is the 27th, which is the Monday after Thanksgiving. So I think November 25th should be the Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend.
I'm looking. What are we? So, yep, the 25th is the weekend. The 27th is Monday.
Yep. Which is an important day. We all know that.
Yes.
Yes, I'm taking everybody to Disney for my birthday, and we're staying at Robbie's place that can accommodate 7.
In your new car.
That you're going to drive over to the resort for me.
Yeah, I'll bring your new car to you.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so here's the new one. It just got announced this afternoon. So this is like kind of hot off the presses type of thing, the Poly Lagoon. This promotion goes into effect for bookings starting on November 14th, and it's for stays March 3rd through June 30th of next year. All right, so just one more promotion on top of some of the other ones that you have to factor in. For kids ages 3 to 9, so if you're a family of 4 and you've got a couple kids in that age range, the kids get 50% off the ticket price and 50% off the dining plan for a minimum of 4-night, 4-day package. So that sounds amazing, right? 50% off tickets, 50% off dining. It's not tickets or dining, it's tickets and dining. And I say that for one main reason. If you didn't have interest in purchasing the dining plan in the first place, while it's 50% off the kids, it's full price for mom and dad. So just keep that in mind. Now, if you were all on board for the dining plan anyway, then this is probably a pretty good promotion, right? We can, I don't have my notes right here in front of me. They're upstairs, but we talked about the average price per day for the kid, for parent. So we can do the math. That's, again, working with a travel advisor, we can work through with you what the best promotion is to save you the most money. It's for me, that I want you to get the best package that you can get. Whether that's, if you wanted dining and that's most important to you, then this might be the best promotion. If it's, I want to spend the least amount of money, we can look through 3 or 4. And now, this is something else I think we've talked about in the past. When Disney comes out with a promotion, We'll use the bounce back, for instance. It's not every single room at the Pop Century Resort that's available. They make it available to a subset of rooms. And once those rooms are full, we either have to look at a different value resort to see if there's availability or upgrade to moderate resort, or we have to look at one of the other promotions. That's one of the nice things of multiple promotions going on is that if this one's booked, we can look at the next one. We can look at the next one. But now we're going to get into down payments and all that. This is why, for me to share, it's most important. Book early. These things will fill up. I think I said this. I was looking, this was 3-4 weeks ago. I was looking for a client in December. The Disney Plus promotion was all booked out except for deluxe resorts. And the straight 25% off that somebody earlier mentioned they got November was booked unless you wanted to stay at a deluxe resort. Well, the client wasn't looking to spend that much money per night at a deluxe resort, even with the 25% or 35% off. It was still a lot more than just the regular room rate at Pop Century, for instance. So the point is, if any of these sound good to you and you're thinking about taking a trip, let's act now and secure it. $200 deposit locks you into that promotion. If you need to cancel the trip, as long as you cancel prior to 30 days before, the $200 and any payments you've made up to that point is fully refundable to you. If you're inside of 30 days, Disney is very good about, if you need to change your date, something came up, they'll work with us to do that as well. Disney is one of the most forgiving companies when it comes to that sort of thing. But if you debate and wait, by the time we go out and reach to see what's available, those promotions might be gone. I mentioned payment plans. That is an entirely flexible thing. It's not a Disney payment plan. It's a the client payment plan. If you want to make payments once a week, every other week, once a month, once every other month, you want to wait till 30 days before and pay it off, whatever you want to do, I work with you and I apply those payments on your behalf. So it's people get confused by that, thinking it's a payment plan that Disney makes available. Disney basically says you pay $200 to put it down. You owe me the rest 30 days before check-in. In between those two windows of time, it's entirely up to you what you want to do with the balance. One thing, if you're using the Visa card, you might want to pay it off sooner than 30 days out. You think about credit card processing, while it's amazing to walk in a store and insert your card and 2 seconds later it's approved, there's still a lot of processing that goes on behind the scenes. Your Disney dollars that you're earning on your Visa card may not be available yet when you take that trip in 30 days. So that's just something to think about. I don't know for sure, but that's just a cautionary thing that I would mention.
Right.
I guess we'll just dive into this. I don't know if I'm pointing in the right place or not. Wherever my name is at the top, am I pointing in the right place? I don't know. If it's down below?
Yeah.
What if I spin my phone around? Is that better? So if you click on my name, I said this earlier, my email, the link to my email is in there. You're always welcome to email me. A link to a quote form is in there. You complete the quote form, it will get to me, and I'll work with you on quotes. As I think Robbie said it earlier, I charge nothing for my services. And if you're not familiar with that, you might think, well, why do you do this if you don't get paid? I didn't say that. I don't charge you anything. When you book a package, and I use this example all the time, if you go to Disney's website and book it, let's say the package is $2,000. You come to me and ask for the exact same thing, I'm going to give you a quote, it's going to be $2,000. Now, you might say, well, I'm not saving any money utilizing you. No, you're paying Disney for a travel agent services without getting a travel agent services when you book directly with Disney. They bake in the commission for travel agents in the package price. So, and we talked about this last week too. I know people who are type A all the way and they want to control everything, and I completely respect that. If that's where you're at and you have to handle everything with Disney, fine. I've got some type A personalities that I've worked with that I book it and then we work together. If you want to handle all your dining, go for it. I don't need to do everything. Hey, Wolf, Tina, I don't need to do everything on your behalf, but you're paying for it. So why not? Today's Wednesday. I was up at 4:30 this morning to book dining. I was up at 4:30 Saturday or Sunday morning to book dining. I was up at 4:30 last week to book dining for somebody. That's part of the gig. And Robbie's 4-letter word, free. Yes, it does not cost you anything more to utilize a travel advisor. But there are a lot of perks to doing it. And of course, I want it to be me. I would love to work with you. I've enjoyed working with some of the folks that are on here. Hopefully they've enjoyed at least half as much as I've enjoyed working with them. But if you're not comfortable with me, that's cool. Find somebody that you are comfortable with. It's your trip. It's your money. You should feel good about who you're working with. Do the job if you book a room only and not a package? That's a great question, Darren. So, yes, I'm hesitant. If you're doing a room only for like 1 night stay, then no. I think it's 2-night minimum. We do get paid a portion of the commission. Absolutely. It doesn't have to be a package. Same thing with tickets. I think if you buy a 1-day or a 2-day ticket, then no. But if it's 3 days or more, and that's all you're doing is buying a ticket package, we get a portion of the commission. I'll pick on, who do I want to pick on? I'll pick on Unicourse since she just messaged. Let's pretend she's going to book something for next November, 13 months from now, and she works with me. And we talk every week between now and then, planning and everything. And October 1st, something happens and she has to cancel her trip. She cancels it, she gets all of her money back. The travel agents don't make a penny. So all of the work we do with you up to your trip it truly is free. Until you've taken your trip, Disney doesn't pay the commissions. So we obviously, as agents, want you to take the trip so that we can make that commission for all the time that we spend with you. But I absolutely love it. There's a 50-50 chance I'd still talk to Unicourse if she did that to me. Unicourse, I'm still coming to see you next month. Have you ever seen repeat offenders? Repeat offenders about what? Oh, canceling trips. Is that what you mean, Tina? Oh, thanks. More collects. Love the stream. Tina, is that what you mean by somebody who repeat offends as far as canceling? Have I seen it myself personally? No. Do I know agents that have had that happen? Yes. And so there's from a client that you don't like to work with perspective, try to say it that way. There's kind of two that are the black sheep of the family from a travel agent perspective. One is that they book with you, you put in all this time, effort, energy, and then they cancel. And one time, okay, but if they do it a second time, that's where you're like, I don't think I want to work with you anymore. The other is what we call a tire kicker, that they ask for a quote, you give it to them. Can you look at this for me? You give it to them. 15 quotes later, and then they ghost you. That is a mental and emotional drain on a travel advisor that, because I've said this before, and hopefully Unicourse and Brooke, believe me when I say this, I get as excited, if not more excited, working on your trips than I do my own. And so, yeah, when somebody ghosts me like that, that hurts because I was emotionally invested in your trip.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that goes for anything that you've put your time and energy into, in general, like, human nature of like disappointment. And then, yeah, you would like to get paid for your time and you deserve that. You don't deserve to get ghosted. You know.
And if any of you are on here thinking you might want to be an agent, just know that it doesn't pay a lot of money. I'll use my $2,000 package. That's $2,000 before taxes. Disney pays 10% of that, so you're at $200. And then most agencies keep 30% and pay their agent $70. So a $2,000 package, I'm going to make $140. And it could be, that's $140 that I'm going to make on your package for a year from November. Well, thank you, Brooke. I appreciate that.
Are you allowed to tip? Do you get tips?
Oh, I thought you want to know if I was allowed to tip my clients. I'm like, are
No,
you
no,
kidding?
no. Like, are you allowed to receive tips?
Um, uh, the this ticker in me says no.
Okay.
That I would not feel good about that
No,
because
it's just, you know what I mean? Like, but again, you are providing a service and some service, um, industries, they allow tipping. I was just curious, do you have a tip jar? You know,
well,
like he's gonna get one.
I could empty out my fuel rod container. Nothing bigger than a quarter, please. It won't fit.
No,
um,
I mean, I do you not agree that the biggest tip or, that somebody could do for you is recommend you or put something out on social media?
Unicorns. Uh, yes, that was awesome, Unicorns. Um, so, Janelle, yes. I mean, obviously, word of mouth recommendation is a big thing. I just happened to last night was the agency I work with. We had a call, and some of those agents have been doing this for 20 years. And the one lady's like, you know what? I don't do social media like a lot of you guys do. My business is solely repeat customers. But she's been doing it for 20 years. And some of those folks, it's a full-time job for them, day and night, weekends, everything. I put in as much time and energy and effort for the client as I possibly can, but I do have a day job. So they might email me at 9 in the morning. I might respond to them at noon and tell them, hey, I'll be able to do X, Y, or Z this evening for you, type of thing. But
And you do it. You do it. Do you give yourself like a time frame? Like if you tell, you know what I mean? Like,
as far as telling the client when I'll get back to them,
yeah, yeah.
oh, absolutely. And look, it's kind of like if you, Janelle, as a client, said to me, hey, I'll get back to you tomorrow on that quote, and you don't. Life happens, right? For me, it's about being open and communicating. If I were to tell Janelle, hey, I will do X for you this evening, and something came up and I couldn't get to it, I would be quickly telling her, I'm so sorry, X happened. And I'm an open door. I don't have secrets, so I happily share, we'll use tonight as the example. I totally forgot it was parent-teacher conferences. It's my son's senior year. This is the second to last ever conference I'm going to go to. So I apologize. I forgot about it. I will tackle your thing later on tonight, whatever it is.
Much for an individual package for an individual. So not a family package.
And I would say I absolutely love your name, Miss Marshmallow. And of course, I also like the 88 on the back. Not because I'm 88 years old, but that was when I graduated high school. Okay, you have to go get Sophie to bed. She says, good night. Good night, Soph. Okay, so how much, oops, darn it, sorry. Let me, I screwed up my screen here, Janelle.
Aaron, here. So how much would it be for an individual package, not a family package?
All right, hang on, I messed up here. I can't get the comment box. There it is. I got the box.
Okay.
Okay. I was gonna guess that was your birth year, and that you weren't graduating in '88 like I was. I'm usually the oldest person on all these things. Okay. So, and I see Tina ask questions. So, how much would a individual package cost, not a family? So, you're talking about one person, you on a solo trip. So there's, I wish it was a simple answer that I could say X, but there are a number of factors involved. What time of year you're going to go. I mean, if you said you want to go Christmas week, it's going to cost more, right? If you were going to go in September, it's lower rates. How many nights you wanted to stay, how many days of park tickets you wanted, if you want park hopper included, which resort you want to stay at. Value resort's going to cost less, moderate's the middle tier, and then your deluxe resorts are the high end. I think I said this a couple weeks ago when I was looking at the December dates for a client and the promotions are gone. I still got them All Star Sports for like $168 per night plus tax. So 180, 185, whatever it is per night. So, Miss Marshmallow, if you were to go low end, 180 times X number of nights, park ticket, again, depending on how many days of parks tickets you're going to get, the price goes down per day average for more park days. I was looking at a thing for next September for just a single person, like you're talking about, for Pop Century for like a Thursday to Monday, I think it was, with, I think it was 2-day park tickets. Don't quote me, but I want to say it was like around $1,200 that I was looking at. It might have been 1,000, somewhere in that neighborhood. But I guess the biggest thing is there's a number of factors that go in February. I want to go for my birthday. So I would ask Miss Marshmallow to, okay, I'm going to point in the right direction, Janelle.
Yep, right there.
In my bio, there's a link to my email address. Email me. There's a quote form. Fill out the quote form. Either way, you'll get to me, and I'd be happy to get quotes for you. And in February, depending on your dates in February, there are different promotions that could be applicable.
Okay, we have another question.
Tasha, Cameron is listening with me. She said, is he funny? Yes, he is funny, but looks aren't everything.
Okay, so Tina wants to know if she wanted to book something 2 years out from now because it is expensive, is it doable?
So first off, I'm laughing at Darren's comment. Good thing it's not Miss Pickle.
Yeah, yeah, you missed that. Yeah, you were talking.
You know me so well. Okay, so Tina, booking, I saw that 2 years out. I'll use this current year as the example to help paint the picture for you. 2024 bookings for Disney World opened up on May 31st of this year. So if you wanted to go in 2025, for instance, I could give you very, very ballpark estimates based on 2024 pricing, but I won't know definitive 25 pricing, nor could I book anything for you until probably end of May next year. Hopefully that helps. And if you're thinking Disneyland, hopefully I'm pointing to the west for you. Disneyland 2024 bookings didn't open up until last month.
Yeah.
They were
Crazy.
3 months behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her face.
So yeah, I think, yeah, as soon as you hear that the date's open, you need to be on it. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, because I remember this on May 31st, this year it was like they opened that up and the Halloween tickets went on sale and something else happened. Or no, the Halloween tickets went on sale first, and I think they delayed that. But even then, May 31st, the date that when 2024 bookings opened up, the hold at Disney was like 3-4 hours long. And it's like, well, I love the excitement of booking that trip. There wasn't any advantage of doing it on May 31st versus June 1st or June 2nd. Cheryl, do I book flights or do you do that yourself? You do that yourself. It used to be back in the day that airlines provided commissions, and so that was a part of a lot of what travel agencies did. They don't anymore. With things like Kayak and Travelocity and things like that, it squeezed travel agencies out of the business of booking flights. I don't know if I missed any other questions, Janelle.
I don't think so.
So I will say this, and if you haven't figured this out yet, what you see with me here is Janelle knows this. She's been with me in person. This is the goofball that I am every day. So if you can tolerate me on these lives, you could probably tolerate working with me, I suppose.
I will say this, the one thing I learned about Mike, very meticulous and, and so caring and making sure everything that he really takes the time out to lay it all out there and to put it out in writing for you. And he doesn't miss a thing. So that's what you get with him.
I heard what you said.
Along with all the jokes.
Oh, thank you, Ronnie. I appreciate that. um, Thank you, Janelle. First off, that's very kind of you. I actually got a little emotional there, and I flashed
Uh,
back in May. um,
I
so,
thought you were going to say you were crying because I say your emails are too long.
well, that's what I was waiting. That's what I read between the lines. What you were saying.
It's a good thing though. It really is a good thing.
I look, yeah. If you're hoping for short bullet point emails from me, ask for that up front. But
Yes.
I prefer to give you as much detailed information as I can. You're not spending $200 on a trip. You're spending 2,000 or 4,000 or 8,000. I want to provide as much detail up front as I can, and it may be overwhelming, and that's okay. That's why you reply back to me. That's why you say, "Hey, can we hop on the phone?" I I had one client that was like, "I don't do email, so call me." And we talked. Janelle would be shocked at this. We talked for 2 hours. Not Janelle and I, but this client. We talked for 2 hours and answer all of our questions. Tina wants to know, other than that, what things can I not book? Airfare cannot book. It might be easier for me to tell you what I can book. So obviously I can book your package, right? If you need transportation from the airport to the Disney resort, I can book that for you. I don't have to, but I can. Disney does not have the Magical Express anymore that we all loved before COVID. That went away. But I can book the transportation from the airport to the resort and back to the airport. If you need stroller rentals, I can do that. If you need scooters or wheelchairs, I can book those things on your behalf. I can book all of the magical extras. If you have a son or daughter that wants to do the Bibbidi Boppity Boutique, I can book that. If you want to do a dinner cruise, I can book that. If you want to do the dessert parties, I can book that. I mentioned earlier, I can book your dining reservations for you. There's a lot I can do, and if there's something you ask and I'm not sure, I will ask everybody under the sun to find out before I tell you no. Only when what do I usually say, Janelle? I can't book your airfare for you.
Yep.
I will not pack your suitcase for you. And when you get home, I will not do your laundry for you.
Correct. That's it. He does everything else.
Well, yes. Those are givens. I can tell y'all loved it. Yeah, absolutely, Cheryl. I absolutely loved Disney. Ronnie, you're so kind. Ronnie says I'm a good egg. I might be cracked, but yes, I'm an egg. Some might say I'm hard boiled.
Yeah, I feel like Unicourse has tried to get Mike to come pack, and he said no, no packing. I don't like unpacking. Might be the worst, Tasha.
Of those three things, I won't do.
Yeah.
If there was one of those, I'd concede it would be packing for you. That one I could probably do. I can't do the airfare, plain and simple. But the unpacking and doing your laundry, that's not going to happen. Now, if you pushed me on it, what's going to happen is I'm going to get a pickup truck, open up your suitcase, put it in the bed, and go through the car wash. You're clean.
Oh.
So my brain goes all over the place, but talking about unpacking, whatever, I get people ask me this about doing split stays. I want to stay at Pop Century for 3 nights, and then I want to go over to the Poly for 2 or whatever. I'm just making that up. And that's a very popular thing, and I'm totally not against it. But the one thing I always caution is you didn't like packing to take your trip, and you don't like unpacking when you get home from your trip. Well, you're going to have to do that in the middle of the trip as well, right? You're going to unpack when you get to the Pop Century. You're going to have to repack, and then when you get to the Poly, unpack and then pack to leave. So keep that in mind. That's one negative to doing a split stay. I'm going to have to, let me draw this out on my paper here so I don't mess myself up. Let's do, what is today? Today's October 3rd? 4th?
No, it's a 4th. Yeah, 4th.
Go here 6, go here 7. Okay, so today is October 4th. So 60 days from today is when, if you have a trip and you're checking in 60 days from today, which let's just say that's December 4th. I don't know if it's exactly that, but let's just say it's December 4th. If you were staying at Pop Century for an entire week, on October 4th this morning, when I got up and booked, I did that this morning, so it's December 3rd. because I had a client that checks in on December 3rd. Duh. So this morning when I got up, I could book all of their dining for up to 10 days from the day they check in. So if they were there for 7 days, I could book their dining for that entire time. Except if they do a split stay, I can only book from the check-in day to the checkout date of the first resort, and then 60 days from the check-in date of the second resort, I could book the dining from there out. So I bring that up because, again, if you're at POP for the entire time, on October 4th this morning, I got up and I booked your dining all the way through December 10th.
Right.
If I could only do the first 2 days, everybody else who's got a full week at one resort, they're taking up all of those dining spots, and there are fewer available to you 2 days from now when we try to do your second stay. Possible resort. Absolutely, Cheryl. Yes, there are opportunities to look at possible upgrades. That's something that I can work with you on. Absolutely. And that's going to jump me to something that I think of. When you book a trip at Disney, they make it an option for you to check in online through your My Disney Experience app. I think up to 60 days or 30 days before you get there. Okay. You can do that. I'm not going to tell you not to. I recommend that you don't do it and take the extra time to walk in, go up to the counter to check in. I can't promise you this, but if Disney is going to pixie dust you and upgrade you for free, it's going to happen when you walk in and check in at the desk. If you check in online 30 or 60 days before, you're not going to get a potential free upgrade.
Tina's offering Mickey Pretzel for laundry.
Does it come with the cheese?
How many cheeses do you get?
Honestly, it'd have been a quicker yes for me if you'd have just offered the cheese and not even the pretzel. So back to the split stay thing. It's a great way if you really wanted to have a night at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, Savannah View, and you don't want to pay $800 a night for the entire stay. It's a great way to experience that, but not through the entire stay to cut down your cost. But there are the downsides. Like I said, unpack, pack, and then dining package stuff or dining reservations. I can't believe Frozen is going to be 10 years old. I love Frozen 1 so much. I think there's a number of different anniversaries. I mentioned Fantasmic, I believe, is October 15th, is the 25-year anniversary of the first showing at Hollywood Studios. And if I remember right, this coming Sunday, October 7th, is the 25-year anniversary of the opening of Buzz Lightyear Ranger Spin ride at Magic Kingdom.
Okay. And Magic just had a birthday. Epcot just had a birthday.
Yep. And as you were at the Lion King show today, that is 25 years old as of opening day, April, Animal Kingdom in 1998. That was an original original attraction at the Animal Kingdom. Dogzilla, my guess is we're going to probably see a Frozen 3 come out before you get to see more Frozen 1 merch. But I hear you. And that's that thing, Frozen 1, Frozen 2, that feels like there's a big divide. You either love 1 totally or you love 2 totally. It's kind of like you either love Disney World or you love Disneyland. There's no in between. There's no middle. So you got to be careful. Those could be fighting words for some people.
All right. Does anybody have any questions? I mean, I think we're to just, we've been answering questions. However, anything else?
What Janelle's saying is that we still have 42 minutes left of our normal window.
Mike can do some more talking.
I could. It's always possible. Did you see the tummy tickler I put in Discord this evening?
Yes.
That was an original. I worked hard on that one.
Did you?
Yes. Sometimes crazy stuff just comes to my mind. So for anybody who's not on our Discord, I'm Am I pointing to the right spot for you, or is it over here?
No,
This way?
go the other way.
This way?
I don't see my name.
Oh, okay.
So,
If you click on Janelle's name in TikTok, she's got a link tree. There's a link to her Discord. It's a great social landing spot for her followers with different pages. She provides her stream schedule on there. We have a page for us that you can put in suggestions on what you'd like to hear from us on the next week's schedule. There's a tummy tickler page on there for people to share jokes. Apparently, there are some people that think it's fun to share jokes. I don't know who that would be. Okay, I think you created that page for me, actually.
all right.
Here was today's before we'll get to the other comments here.
Okay, let's go.
I got kicked out of the coffee shop today because I was wearing a T-shirt, spelled T-E-A, T-shirt. Ba-dum-bum.
Darren, not long enough. That's how long a Magic Band 2.0 works. They come with chargers. I would definitely, if you buy one, bring the charger with you, because every day you're going to need to charge it, especially if you see Happily Ever After or Phantasmic. You're gonna have to charge it. Even if you just don't have it on the charger and you leave it sitting there, the next day it will be dead. But go ahead.
Being dead only prevents it from lighting up and
lighting up. Yep. But you can still use it to pay, to scan in for your ticket and get into your room.
So a dead Magic Band Plus essentially works like a Magic Band at that point.
Yep. And at that point, it just becomes a Magic Band, a regular Magic Band. But what I will say is that on the My Disney Experience app, you can go to it and you can link your Magic Band to the app. And in that, it will tell you how much battery you have. You can change colors. You can do some little fun things with it, and but you'll at least know your battery life from inside that inside the app. Yes, Brooklyn's lessons learned the hard way. I've charged mine, like I said, just let it sit there and gone to a show, and it won't light up. They die pretty quickly.
Why do I keep messing this up? There we go. Okay, so let's see here. Cheryl said we get to MCO, which is Orlando's International Airport. If you're not familiar with the abbreviation, do you know what MCO stands for?
Well, I know it's no, I should know it, and I've heard it so many times, and it's a person's name, and I don't know though.
All right, well, we'll get past that silliness.
Okay.
They land at noon on Friday. They have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween tickets for that night. What should we do from 1 to 4? So
you give your answer, and then I'll give mine. We'll see.
Well, first off, you're assuming you'll get to your resort by 1 o'clock. That's not always the case, depending upon if you have to go wait for luggage, depending on what transportation you have set up. And obviously, if you did carry on and you've got an Uber waiting for you, then certainly you get to resort by 1 o'clock. But I would tell you not to necessarily plan on getting there exactly 1 hour from the time you land. You may not land at noon, flight issues, that sort of thing, what have you. So keep that in mind. Again, that flexibility of your stays. Don't be hard and fast with it. So apparently Janelle has an answer that she's going to give for sure. Depending upon, you're landing at noon. I'm not sure where you're flying from. If you had to get up at 4 in the morning to get ready and go catch a flight and connect and whatever, take a nap, rest, take a load off. Go sit at the pool and the lounge chairs and relax so that your human battery is charged for the 4 p.m. until midnight or however late you want to stay for the Halloween party. And especially since it's your first day. I don't know how many days you're going to be there, but let's say that you're there for a week. If you burn the candle on both ends on day 1, days 2 through 7 are going to be a bear. Absolutely. So I would rest, take it easy. if I don't know this Friday if it's still going to be pretty hot down there, maybe stay out of the heat for your first day when you get down there. Chill in your resort, take a nap, whatever.
My turn. I wouldn't do anything. I would take a nap and I would eat. And I would definitely eat before I went into the park so that you're not wasting your time inside at that party eating or standing in a line and you don't have hangry people with you and you can just go in and have fun. And I would take care of the eating before. And I would also, I mean, till 4 o'clock, you're saying till 4 o'clock, or I would say probably at 3:30, you're going to have to start your travel. Unless even if you're at one of the Magic Kingdom resorts, you should still start your travel by 3:30. The other day I walked out and I don't know what time it was. You can't get in till 3 o'clock. It was 3 o'clock and people were already lined up. So again, I'm pretty sure they had been there since 2:30 and I was like, oh my goodness. It was so many people already lined up at 3 o'clock and they still had an hour to go. And so I would say rest, eat, at least get a snack, and then figure out, how long it's going to take you to get there. And do you want to be one of those first people to get in? Or are you okay, Cheryl? Because you're going to show up at 4 o'clock or 4:30 and it is going to be chaos out in front of Magic Kingdom. Maybe one of these days I'll just take this is what it looks like out in front of Magic Kingdom video for you guys. Oh, what's the code? Hold on, Ainsley. Sorry, everybody. Hold on.
Got a special code for her emotional support pig?
Yeah. Need the code. Hold on.
But
6926, Ainsley. 6926. Hopefully she heard that. All right.
But Janelle's right. It's packed out there at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard Janelle say this phrase in a while, and maybe I've just missed it. But the one thing you have to pack for every Disney trip, what is it, Janelle? Do you remember?
Where did she get it? Everything that you...
One thing you have to pack for every trip, no matter what time of year it is, you need to be able to wear your...
poncho.
Oh, your patient pants.
Your patient pants. Oh, I haven't said that in a long time. Hey, JJ had it.
I miss it.
You're right.
So
yeah, I mean, you do need your patient pants out front, especially when and that's the other thing, Cheryl. I would make sure that you have your tickets assigned to your Magic Band or to your phone or whatever it is, because you don't want to get be the person that gets up there and your thing turns blue because it's not you don't have your tickets with you and you have to go over to guest services and you waited in that line all that time to go stand in another line. And yeah,
either take the 5 minutes to do it yourself, or
yeah,
when you check in at your resort, ask that wonderful cast member right there to look and make sure it's all attached. Okay, so we're like, I think I'm 17 messages behind here. Rosie asked if there's any special stuff planned for Mickey's birthday yet. I haven't seen or heard anything. I mean, there was zero fanfare on the October 1st on the anniversary. Okay, Tumble Monkey wants to know who's going to win the World Series in baseball. Need to know for Casey's Corner. Boy, that's a good one, Tumble Monkey. If I had to guess right now, I'll say Atlanta Braves.
So I'm going to go back real quick and then I'll answer the baseball. Disneyland does way more. We don't do anything for Mickey's birthday. But Disneyland does. And I always think they have they have a parade for him and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to be there like on that day, but then, I forget and I'm like, oh, but when November 18th comes around, I'm going to be like, oh, it's Mickey's birthday. Look what they do over in Disneyland. It's so cute. And they celebrate Mickey there. But we in the world, we don't. So.
All right, Janelle, who's winning the World Series?
Are the Rangers in it? I don't. Okay, so I was gonna say if I'm going Rangers.
They won last night.
Yeah, they did. Okay, I'm just making sure. I've had a lot going on, so okay.
All right. Megan wants to know, what would y'all recommend to do with an 8 and 5-year-old?
In the parks, Megan, or outside of the parks, or both? And did Robbie really ask, are roller skates allowed in the park?
I'm surprised he didn't ask if they were free too.
Okay, Megan. Well, let's see if she answers.
So Robbie, I haven't gotten to that question yet, but the answer is no. Even what are they called? Heelys that have like the little wheels those are not allowed in the parks either.
So Megan, are we talking like a specific Magic Kingdom, or do you want to know like in all the parks? Because in Magic Kingdom, so I did a stream one time not too long ago within the past couple months where all the parks. Okay. So I did a stream where we did rides that had no height requirement. And there are so many rides in Magic Kingdom that have no height requirements. And I forget how many of the rides, I mean, it was quite a few of the rides compared to the 24 that there are. Like there was like 14. It was a lot. I thought I was going to do like 5, and it ended up being like 14 rides that I ended up doing. So there are so many things to do aside from the shows that you can take the kids to, character meetings. If it's boys or girls, they have the Princess Hall. You can meet Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Minnie and Daisy. So many character meet and greets that you can do with the little ones. And then as far as rides go, anything from the train to the People Mover to, riding Ariel, under the sea, you can do. But just, walking through the lands, you're going to find all these little things you can do with the kids. The kid area, yes, by Dumbo, there's back in Storybook Circus, there's a little water area for kids. You might want to stay away from it if you don't want them to get wet, or maybe you just know to bring extra, maybe dry clothes. But inside Dumbo, there is a playground as well. What else am I missing?
So a couple of comments I would make. It's a little bit less about what you can do with the kids, and Megan, I mean no offense, but if your 5-year-old still likes to take a nap, don't change their routine, because you're going to be miserable and they're going to be miserable. I tell people this all the time, whether your kid's 2 or 5 or 8 or 12, don't set their expectations for them and be mad if they don't meet your expectations for them. Go at their pace. You'll enjoy it a lot more. One other kind of interesting thing, know how tall your children are, first off, and compare that to height restrictions at rides. And I'm going to just make one up. It's not realistic, so don't stick me with this. But let's say that the height requirement for Dumbo is 40 inches, 40. And I know it's not, but just bear with me. If your child is 40 inches, physically by the middle of the afternoon, your child will not be 40 inches. And you may be like, what are you talking about? All day long, walking, compression, gravity happens. We all get just a hair shorter throughout the day. So if your kid is right at that threshold, ride the 40-inch ride early in the morning. If you wait until later in the day and they've been walking all day, I know it sounds crazy, but with gravity and compression, they will be just a skosh shorter, and you might have a cast member that says, "I'm sorry, but they're not tall enough."
Or get them really thick shoes. Thank you, Robbie. Robbie said just buy him heels.
That's right. See, Tina, you've just been walking too much.
So going over to Epcot, Epcot has a playground as well. Epcot has four rides that I can think of. No height requirement: Frozen, Remy, Living with the Land, and Nemo. Spaceship Earth, probably too. 5 rides. So there's 5 rides and a playground there as well. Animal Kingdom, you have Safari, you have Navi, you have Triceratops Spins. Those might be the only 3. Thank you, Grand Fiesta. I always forget about Grand Fiesta. So Epcot 6, I feel like Animal is 3. Thank you, Vicki.
There are not a lot of rides in Animal Kingdom.
No. So you might have 3 in Animal, but there's also the Boneyard, and again, walking trails, petting zoo, and so much for, and Figment. Thank you, Megan. That's 7.
And did you mention the train at Animal Kingdom to go back?
No, I didn't. Yeah, so that's 4. Hollywood. Ooh, Hollywood, as far as, I mean, we have Mickey's, Swirling Saucers, Toy Story Mania.
That might be it. I think the rest have
Star Tours.
It has no height requirement.
I don't know.
I'm not sure on that one. I'd have to look.
Yeah. And then it would be shows and meet and greets at Hollywood. Hollywood is really restricted to little kids.
Absolutely. For rides, it is.
For rides. Lots of meet and greets. Woody, Jesse, Ariel. I mean, Doc McStuffins. I mean, so many. They have the Disney Junior show. I highly recommend for little kids. It is so much fun for them. And it is a place for parents to go and get off of their feet.
They've got the Lightning McQueen Academy.
Yep. Again, another really good show where you can do, sit down. The kids love it, and be in the air condition and just get off of your feet.
Beauty and the Beast.
The Beauty and the Beast, yes.
Frozen show, the Stone show. Yeah, the Steve show. There you go, Tina. 3.5 weeks next year. Man.
Megan, where are you coming from? Are you coming from the UK? Guests from the UK are the only ones I know that come for this long, like that long. So
I'll wait to see what she answers.
And the Steve show. Oh, Texas.
Wow.
That's awesome, Megan. You're going to have such a magical time. And I would say, Megan, depending on the time of the year, shoot, the hotels, I mean, if it's, they have so much, to offer. Vicki, I can't wait to see you again. Hopefully I will see you. Yeah, Frozen sing-along. The shows at Hollywood, we did an all show day there too. And it's a wonderful park for shows. From the Muppets to Lightning McQueen Racing Academy.
I appreciate that you went with Muppets.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see there's like some new projections or something in the Muppet Show?
Really? Oh, yes, I did see that. If I ever make it back to Hollywood, I will go check it out.
Thank God Steve's there. You'd never go. You'd be like, I think it's Fantasmic, but I don't know what it is.
Megan, hopefully we're here We try to be here every week. So if things come up, again, if you want to join us in Discord or you want to just hop on here, hopefully we can help you, as your trip gets closer and, help you figure stuff out.
We typically do this on Thursday nights.
We do.
This week we had to adjust. Again, life happens, right? So
Yeah.
We do our best to stay consistent on Thursday night, 7:30 Eastern, but we will adjust when we need to. And Janelle usually advertises that, or I'll advertise it in her Discord.
You're getting so close too. Everybody's getting so close.
Well, I wouldn't say everybody is. Some of us aren't.
Okay. Okay, so we said no to the rollerblades for Robbie.
So Robbie went from joining the military to now wanting to roller skate through the park.
I mean, last week he was trying to get a penthouse, so. So I don't know what Robbie's doing.
Say her countdown. How many days is it, Unicourse? Do you know? Or are you doing the math right now? I don't know, Tina. The best mode of roller skates. Maybe if I was your age, but not at my age, it's not.
I think didn't Disney put a countdown on their the app now? I think that there's a countdown somewhere.
Probably. 209 days. Woo.
A couple of things. I will, after tomorrow and Friday, so we'll say starting next week, I'll probably start heading over to the campground on the weekends to start seeing Halloween campground stuff, which will be exciting. So
awesome.
Yeah.
And a month from now we'll be watching them put up the gingerbread house.
I know. That's crazy. I was talking about it today. I don't know if you were there, but just talking again, we talk about it a lot, the gingerbread, and just how many people found me during that time. And we were talking about meetiversaries, meeting, not MEAT, but MEET. Meet.
Filet mignon anniversary.
Yeah. And how many people, found me through those streams, and how excited I am to do it again. I'm sure so many people are looking forward to it. So, yeah.
I have I think 30 days until my meetiversary with you.
Yes.
November 3rd.
Yeah.
And then after that, I sprained my thumb.
Yes, at Epcot. And that's when we found, that was the day that we were trying to go to Beauty and the Beast. I had never gone to Beauty and the Beast, and then we found the Impressions de France, and all of that happened.
And then you wore me out walking up and down the stairs at the Grand Floridian to look at the gingerbread house.
I told Tim, I've already recruited Tim, and I'm like, I need help. We need, I need a tripod and, and all of that. So I don't know.
Robbie wants to know if he can bring his tent and roast marshmallows. Only if you're on roller skates, Robbie. while wearing fatigues.
So.
Can you actually pitch a tent at?
Yes.
Oh, really, man.
There are tent sites, and I look at them. So Tim and I, we were talking, and he was like, "Oh man, if anybody wants to donate a campsite with a whatever you call it, fifth wheel, or I was like, oh, I need a bus," and he was like, "Of course you do."
I would stay in a camper, but pitching a tent.
So yeah, I don't know. I would need the coach. We're all invited to the tent.
Yeah. A tent for 10, but he's only got 3 marshmallows we have to share.
Yeah. And then I was talking about how I would want to like wrap my coach bus and like uh and not with Disney Parks with Love, but I would make it like whatever scene I would I would want to put a scene on it. So anyways, bye Cheryl. Thank you so much for being here. But yeah, I would want to wrap it and then have like a theme go with my wrap and then do my trick or treating with the kids from there.
I pictured a big giant picture of Steve on the side of the bus.
Darren, yeah, I'm a glamper. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I would need to be able to do it. And I would like my own shower and bathroom. I'm not really a public shower kind of a person. So keep all of that in mind when you're there. Yeah, Robbie, no bathroom is included in your tent.
Yeah. For Mr. Picky Bathroom inside the parks, he's thinking about pitching a tent.
Uh, yeah. So yeah, he's wanting to know where. So he said he's out.
Exactly. That's what I thought, Bobby. That's what I thought.
So
Even the deluxe tents don't have a shower in them.
no, no. And I've seen it's really heavily wooded areas. So I would, when I'm there, I'm sure I'll be able to show a campsite. Like when we'll see the tents, I'll be able to point them out. The cabins do look nice, Robbie. I would agree with that.
Staying in a cabin is far different than staying in a tent.
100%. Yeah.
So Janelle, as we're talking and you're talking about going to the campsites to see the Halloween stuff, it strikes me emotionally that I didn't know you last year at Halloween.
Yeah.
That I didn't meet you, come across you until the 3rd of November.
We had so much fun. We would go on Friday nights, and that's when I would go live stream on Friday night. So I think that's what I'm going to do this year. I don't know. I was talking, I want to get back into because we didn't do it over the summer because there didn't seem to be a lot of dates, and I don't know if it was like high school kids, but for Give Kids the World it was really hard to get dates like for Tim and I to go together. So now that school's back in, the dates are there, and holidays stuff is coming up. So
I do remember you going to the campgrounds at Christmas time to see the campsites decorated. I got to plug my phone in here. Oops,
so
hold on, everybody.
We went to the Halloween parade, and it's so much fun. Just wait. It's the most incredible thing that, I see at Disney that just blows me away. Like that guests do this, not Disney. The guests come up with these ideas. The guests do this decorating to the golf carts and their campgrounds. And I know someone was asking in the live the other day, is it true that there's trick-or-treating on Halloween? And the answer is yes, at the resorts. They had little stations. They had cast members outside at the Polynesian when I was passing through, when I was leaving the park probably that day, because there was a party that night, and it was at around dusk, and I was passing through to go park or go to my car, and kids were trick-or-treating, and I had never seen it before. And I thought it was amazing that Disney did that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm always fascinated at the resorts, the people that pack Christmas lights and window decorations to decorate their resort room window. I'm a minimalist when I go to packing for a trip, so I'm always impressed by that.
I remember last year, at the Grand Floridian, when we would walk through the balconies that had Christmas trees, Christmas lights, all of that. Yeah. It just blew me away that all got packed. So And yes, the campgrounds at Christmas are, I don't know. I don't know if you can pick which one is better, Halloween or Christmas. They both will blow you away if you have the opportunity to go there and walk through there.
Robbie, I don't know if you'll start to see it on the first because there's actually the last Halloween party at Magic Kingdom is November 1st this year. So you may see a Christmas switchover happening closer to the 2nd or 3rd of November.
We figured out. Angie. So Angie says packs of all her carry-on is filled with decorations. I love that. I mean, it's just something that I wouldn't have like ever thought to do until I saw it. So
Yeah, Robbie, they've done that a couple different years that I remember off the top of my head where the last Halloween party was the 1st of November. Strikes me as odd. Of course, they started the first Halloween party was like August 11th or something.
it was, yeah.
Megan, there's nothing better than Disney Christmas style. If you don't like the crowds, then like the first 2 weeks of November or the first week to 10 days of December are a great time to enjoy the Christmas colors and pageantry without the massive crowds. If you're a people lover and you don't mind the crowds, then yeah, the week of Christmas to New Year's is incredible.
It's magical. It's so magical.
Yeah.
Again, you just bring your patient pants and you go with everything that's around. You'll fall in love with it.
Yep.
Yeah. All the Christmas trees. That's right. That's right, Vicky. All the Christmas trees, going to all the resorts. It is. It's like no other. Because they don't do that, at Halloween, So.
Yeah, Robbie, I'm excited to get feedback from you and Janelle and others who are going to Jollywood this year since it's a brand new party for Disney. I'm interested in the feedback. It's kind of been pitched as a little more upscale of a special event, but it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. There's nothing better than I got my tux. Now that tux come with matching roller skates, Robbie. I'm a huge lover of the Christmas parade at the Magic Kingdom. I think it would be cool if Hollywood stood up a parade for Jollywood. I don't think they're going to, but I think that'd be awesome.
Angie, the switchover is mind blowing as well. And if you have a chance, they have it on Disney Plus. You can watch it. They usually have some sort of a show that by HGTV that shows the switchover, but it is absolutely amazing to walk in there. Last year, we didn't get the Christmas tree though, immediately. I know. I walked in and I was like, what? So we got the Christmas tree like 2 or 3 days later. But everything else was up like on the street posts and stuff like that. But yeah, they were slacking last year.
If I remember right, the Christmas tree did not come down until after Martin Luther King Day.
Was it that late? I know we kept getting asked, how long will it be there? How long? All I know is that Christmas tree is a savior for because you can stand under it. It's that tall. And so when you want to stand on Main Street and watch the Festival of Fantasy Parade, it provides shade and it is the best thing ever.
Yep. And so let's see here. Angie was the one that said what that last weekend in November. If like this year would be an awesome example. If you flew down on November 1st and stayed for 8-9 days, you could hit the last Halloween party on November 1st. And I think the first Christmas party is like November 8th or 9th, something like that. I mean, that would be an amazing trip if you could pull that off, to be able to do both parties in one trip and see that switch over from Halloween to Christmas.
Do you know when the Festival of Holidays start?
I could look, but
I'm looking it up.
Okay, I don't know off the top of my head. So
November 25th.
I was going to say that the Food and Wine Festival ends November 18th, and the Festival of the Holidays begins November 24th. So I was going to say somewhere close to the 24th. Oh, Robbie. Robbie, you're in rare form tonight, my friend.
So, Vicky, it's the 24th. Yeah.
Yeah,
December 24th through December the 30th.
December 24th?
No, I'm sorry, November
Okay.
24th through December 30th.
Say, dang, that was quick.
Sorry. So,
That's pretty cool, Lala, that you were there for the switchover. That would be incredible. And I think, Angie, you were the one that commented, yeah, that the party tickets are expensive to try to do
yeah.
both Halloween and Christmas party in one trip, depending on how many people are in your travel party. It can be pretty pricey. Seems like they have a lot more Halloween parties this year that, yeah, I mean, they started earlier this year. They never started on August 11th in years past. Not that early.
Okay.
I mean, that to me, it's like Disney's decided, hey, we're going to do like schools. Schools keep starting earlier and earlier. We're going to have Halloween earlier.
Well, supply and demand.
Yeah.
Like they're sold out. And I think that there's 4 Christmas parties sold out now. I think it's 4. If it's turned into 5, I'm not sure, but Christmas parties are starting to sell out as well.
I think I took a glance at that. I think it's like the very first 2 parties
Okay.
sold out, and then after that, it's probably closer to right around Christmas
Yeah.
that they're sold out. So Whoopi Goldberg and Isabella Rossellini. That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, and Robbie, as far as the Halloween parties go, there's nothing stopping them from starting earlier and earlier in August. You get to Christmas, you can't start earlier. You got to let Halloween end, and they got to be able to do the switch over. And as much as they switch over overnight, the park's not Christmas party ready on November 2nd. It's just not. It takes a few days of effort and work on their part. What do y'all think about the new merch they're just dropped?
So are we talking 100th or Christmas? Because we got both on the same day.
You showed a 100th sweatshirt the other day that I just fell in love with.
Yeah, so the Spirit jersey, that's black with the purple. It's gorgeous and it has little sparkles in it. The bag lights up. I'm telling you, the ears, they light up too. I love the partners part about it. Like any that time Disney puts Walt and Mickey on something, I am immediately like sold on it. And I love the ears. And so I think that they did a really good job. This is, I think, supposedly the last installment of the 100th anniversary like merch. So this is it. As far as, there's no more. And the 100th anniversary is supposed to end December 31st, right? I think they finally came out with a date. That's what somebody has said in the live. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know. I haven't personally read it, but I mean, it would make sense. Like, let's just be done with it. It's going to end this year and we're going to move on.
Well, a 50th anniversary lasted a year and a half.
I know.
For some reason, I seem to recall hearing that December 31st date as well for the end of the 100th.
And then as far as Christmas goes, in my opinion with that, it's, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the colors of it. I love the green Spirit jersey. I love that it has characters on the front and the back. It's not just plain. And it's just such great characters on it and great colors. And so that Starbucks tumbler, Megan, it's gorgeous. It really is. But yeah, the Christmas merch this year, I like it. All I can say is I like it much better than last year. I feel like it's much nicer. And like I said, it might just be because it's like true Christmas colors and not maroon and gold or something like that. So I think they did a good job with it.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's so cool. I'm kind of embarrassed to say in our house, there's only one Loungefly. and there's only one Spirit jersey. And you know this, the Spirit jersey was bought in May, and the Loungefly was bought, what, in the last 30 days?
Yeah, yeah, not that long ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Starbucks tumblers, like, yeah, they're gorgeous. I'm sure they're going to come out with a Christmas one as well, but usually they don't come out with those until closer to probably I would assume after Halloween. So,
different topic that crossed my mind.
uh-huh.
And did you know there is a website, and I wish I can find it, but there's a website that you can go to, and it provides you all of the food options for all of the festivals at Epcot, where they're at, how much they are. There's a map that you can zoom in on with pins that tells you what's there. I just came across that the other day.
Did they come out with the menu for it already?
I mean, it'll update as they get to each
Okay.
festival, but that one website will contain each
Okay.
festival as they come up.
Nice. That's
I'll have
awesome.
I'll have to find that and send that to you.
Mark down for next week because I don't have a lot of information, but somebody brought it up to me. It's and I need to find the name of it or I'll have to look at my phone, but it's a locker, like basically a bin that you rent. So like if you're DVC or you come here frequently, you like pay for this locker or it's like a storage container. So, and then whenever you're done, you put like all your ears and whatever back in it, and they come and pick it up at your resort, and it goes to wherever. And of course, you pay monthly for it. But then when you come back, all your stuff is there, like your bags, I'm sure like your drawstring bags. I don't know. I just think it's something we should like look into and just have information on. It was so interesting. But again, I feel like it was mainly DVC people who used it and people who frequently came to the parks, had annual passes and stuff. And I had never heard of it. But it's something that is widely known.
I'd never heard of it.
Okay.
Where is it at?
Let me look it up.
Never mind.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
Okay.
it's just the name of the company. And like I said, I don't know if you schedule on your last day when you pack it up, they come and pick it up. Kind of like the scooter. They'll come and pick it up and you hand it off to them. And then it goes to wherever, this storage facility,
Interesting.
and then you tell them your next trip and they drop it off.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's the other thing that we haven't talked about either, and I think we were supposed to, or maybe we didn't go in depth about it, which is, food delivery. Did we go really in depth about it?
Not super in depth, but we did talk about it. It feels like it's been a month or so, but yeah, we talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So just random thing crossed my mind. Right now, Disneyland, the Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway is an individual lightning lane option that you can purchase. It's like $20 a person. It's pretty steep. I don't know if it's still yet this year or first next year. They're moving that to a Genie Plus ride option out there.
Okay.
There are not as many rides on Genie Plus at Disneyland as there are at Disney World, which is kind of an interesting thing.
Right.
But as you know, you can walk very easily to both parks.
Yes.
It doesn't take much time, and you can ride most everything without much wait too out there.
Right. So, okay. Well, unless there's anything else, I feel like we're at the end of our chat. I'm not going to talk as much tonight.
Last call for anybody.
It's called Owner's Lockers. Thank you, Scuba. That's it. Did you know about it, Scuba, or did you look it up? That's what it's called. Yeah.
He's from Missouri. He cheated. He looked it up.
So, you just Googled. That's what it's called. Yeah, it was so interesting. Like I said, I think somebody who pointed it out to me, they saw it on Facebook. like a Facebook pass holders page or DVC page. And so, yeah, just interesting. Like I said, it's so crazy to me that there's just information stuff that we still had never heard of it. So, Robbie, we're going. We're Hi, Jessica.
Robbie, where can you get free food in parks? I don't know if this is a term you're familiar with, but it's called dumpster diving.
Okay.
Hey, Ruby. How are you? Does Ruby have any questions for Janelle?
Yeah, Ruby will probably want to know when I'm coming to Connecticut. Bye, Robbie. Thank you for entertaining us.
Yeah, good night, Robbie. Yeah, thanks, Robbie. That sounds more like a Jessica question, I think.
Yeah. But I feel like Jessica would type it in. This is what Ruby wants to know.
All right, well, then I'll ask. So, Jessica, when are you going to go visit Janelle?
Ooh. Jessica and I just had our meet-iversary.
I saw that.
Did you go on the Little Mermaid ride? Oh, Ruby, I didn't. So, Robbie, if we come to Connecticut, you'll be a ferry right away. Yeah.
With his roller skates on. Right off the ferry.
Do they allow the rollerblades in the casino, Robbie? Can you imagine Robbie doing his live in his rollerblades?
That's what I am, is imagining it.
Robbie, we love you.
I can see he's wheeling by, pulling slot machine arms as he goes by. Oh my gosh.
Did I watch it? No, Ruby, I will watch it. I'll give a review. Maybe I'll give a review next week. While they're skiing behind the ferry.
Yeah. Well, Scuba says that. Of course, that makes me think back to seeing Goofy water ski. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
All right, everybody. Please use Mike as a travel agent. He's wonderful. And, we love doing this. Thank you for all the, can you see me right now? Oh, Ruby. It doesn't, yeah. But we're glad that you get to see us, Ruby.
So, Ruby, we can see in our minds how beautiful a little princess you are.
Scuba, that's exactly it.
So, I'm sure you all do, but if you don't follow Janelle, follow her, join her Discord. The smile on her face. Good. I'm glad, Jessica. We try to do this every Thursday night, usually 7:30 Eastern, but occasionally we move it. Usually if we have to move it, it seems to be Wednesday nights. Okay. But we try to stay consistent on Thursdays. On her Discord, there is a Janelle and Mike page or tab that you can put your discussion topics there. If you join these, you'll see we're pretty good about hitting those topics before we go round robin on questions.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Darren.
Thanks,
Hopefully
Darren.
we answered everybody's questions. And if we didn't, and you're not on Discord, you can message Mike or myself or email either one of us. All of our stuff is in our bios. And you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. And Mike, are you on Instagram?
You can find me on TikTok, Facebook, and America's Most Wanted.
Okay, stop. Oh.
You just never know what you're going to get, do you?
You never know. You're welcome, Lala.
You're welcome, Lala.
Hopefully we've just been great entertainment for you guys.
I may be on the side of a half-gallon milk container at your local grocery store.
With a side of Disney information.
Yes.
Yeah, that's more like it, Scuba.
Yes. But like I said earlier, looks aren't everything, my man.
Good morning. All right. Good night, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you so much. You know, I love you to death and I appreciate you so much for this.
You're very welcome. And thanks for all of your knowledge and keeping me on track.
It's a full-time job, but somebody's got to do it. And poor Tim can't do it all on his own.
He can't. He needs lots of help. He would agree.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, of course. Bye, Scuba, Jessica, anybody else who's still on with us. All right. See you, Janelle. Have a good night. Have a good weekend.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.